So, how do you want to start this time?
What's up, my big dick monsters?
It's been, what, 8 months?
Holy
Almost
shit.
a year?
Man, I'm like nostalgic.
I fucking hate you.
Hold on. What's up, my big dick monsters? I just, it feels so good. It feels so natural.
What's poppin', people? It's Mr. Cola.
And your boy, JadeJonny.
And for some reason, we're back. We're gone for a long time because of reasons that we don't know or can't remember.
I think there was like hardware.
Oh yeah, that's like your computer exploded.
Hardware, and then also like just creative blockage. Every time we went to go and record one,
something horrible happened.
Always something horrible.
Either a friend of ours was going to be a part of it, then didn't want to be a part of it, or
just like misunderstanding of what it was supposed to be about.
Or we'd start on a topic, go off topic to a point where we didn't want to talk about that topic, but now we're talking about it, so we have to scrap the episode.
Yeah, or it gets super depressing or uncomfortable for one of us. We had to stop. Like, there was just so much going on. But now we're talking about something completely and totally uncontroversial at all. Something amazingly simple. Politics. Now, for transparency's sake, I am apolitical. On my voter registration card, it says that I am a independent, but I am apolitical.
I am commonsensical.
Basically, he's also independent.
Yeah, on my thing it says independent.
We are not Democrats. We are not Republicans. We do share beliefs. There's some beliefs with each group.
And everyone, yeah.
I mean, we obviously just go for like what our experiences have led us to, and we are not going to knock anybody for their own personal experiences or beliefs. Whether you voted for Biden or Trump, good on you. You voted. That's
even if you voted for Kanye, it's great. I don't care.
I mean, I was going to vote for Kanye. I actually voted, but I chose to stick to my idea of apoliticalness just for the time being.
I completely forgot he was running until I actually looked at the ballot. I thought that was a joke until it was like Biden, Trump, and then Kanye. I was like, wait, what?
There were actually states that excluded him from the ballot.
Really?
Yeah, because he actually put in his go into like way too late into the race for some of the states to actually just justify it. There were laws in place to prevent people from going like, you know what, it's 3/4 way through the race, I'm gonna throw my name in there. Why not?
Because it would be kind of weird. Like, say for instance, like someone like really popular, like Oprah or some like Keanu Reeves something like that.
I'm sorry. If Oprah puts her name in to be president or Keanu Reeves, if anybody stays in the race, those people should be locked up for life for being a horrible person. There are levels of okayness, and that's not okay.
But you know what I mean? Though, someone's like really famous is like almost the end of the race right before the election. Hey, I'm running for president. Everyone will instantly just right to them. So it would be really unfair, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but still, at the same time, I'm pretty sure, regardless of your circumstances, you wouldn't pick Kanye West over Joe Biden or Trump.
No.
Like I definitely feel like, because in Oklahoma, which is where we live, 5,600 people voted for Kanye West. To put that into perspective, there was another Joe Jorgensen. Had 25,000 votes in Oklahoma.
And no one knew who that motherfucker was.
No. I thought it was a guy for the longest fucking time. I thought Joe was a guy. It's a girl.
Oh, shit.
And I was like...
I wonder who that fourth person was on the bottom of the list down there after Kanye. I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, no, I don't even know who that was.
Right.
But Joe Jorgensen, a legitimate candidate... for president,
got fewer votes than Kanye. Fucking...
No. They had 25,000.
Oh, okay.
Kanye had 5,600. Thankfully, Kanye did not beat out them.
All right.
But I was like, he had a fifth of the votes that she held. To put it in perspective, he actually had 1% of Joe Biden's Oklahoma votes.
Yeesh.
Joe Biden had 50,000 Oklahoma votes.
Nice.
Or 500,000. No. 500,000 because Trump won by like a 500,000 lead in America, in Oklahoma.
Not in America, no.
Not in America. At the time of recording this, Joe Biden is actually currently scheduled to be the next president.
Yeah, he's technically passed the threshold to win, so technically he's won.
However, Trump is calling for a recount. If Trump does get the recount, obviously Trump will continue to be president if he does win the recount. But as of right now, the polls have come in, and Biden is scheduled to be president.
Oh, and the dead guy got elected to what? Congress?
I think it was the House of Representatives.
Nice.
But on the flip side,
because we trust dead politicians more than we do living ones.
Sadly true. But on the flip side, though,
I'd vote for Reagan right now. That nigga dead as a motherfucker.
my district representative, Mickey Dolans, our district representative, he actually won. He actually won his re-election campaign. And fun fact is, he was actually my high school leadership teacher.
Nice.
Yes. Yet somehow I cannot lead myself to the end of sobriety.
Or the end of that sentence.
No, you gotta pause for dramatic effect.
Okay.
It's like you just need to ensure.
Okay, Jeff Goldblum, comment down it.
Hold on. Let me see if I can do a Joker impression. I just need you to understand.
Oh, that's horrible. That's almost as bad as Nice Peter's Batman.
That was a very bad impression.
Speaking of Nice Peter's Batman, the epic rap battle of history between Joe Biden and Donald Trump was amazing.
I was literally okay. So this is way off topic.
Well, it's still technically politics.
My boss and I were my boss fucked up opening the store today.
Oh, good.
So we were actually just sitting there for an hour and a half after the store was supposed to open.
Oh, good.
Just waiting for the fucking systems to come back online.
Oh, good.
So the systems finally come back online right as I start watching that fucking video.
Yeah.
And my coworker walks in and sees like somebody mocking Trump. And got so fucking aggressive over it. I was like, you understand this is parody, right?
Like he gets his licks and he has one of the best lines.
I definitely think that when it comes to the epic rap battle, Trump won that. Like
they gave Biden more time, but Trump got the better lines. Like, and my favorite line is the one where he's like, "Nobody's ever gonna beat me. No person, woman, man, camera, TV. They impeached me. I still walked out of D.C. looking peachy." That shit runs through my head like every other day. It's amazing.
I shot a whole party through your.
I threw the whole party. The whole for the consoling solo money.
I was like, God damn! Epic rap battles history outdone themselves again. Right. Only let me just say, Nice Peter, Epic Lloyd. Gotta say, love your series, love you guys, amazing people.
Oh yeah.
Where the fuck was Abraham Lincoln?
Right. There's no Abe in this one. What the hell?
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. This would have been the perfect time for you to pull a fucking "This is really the best America has," right, and then slap the fucking cameraman. This was the perfect time for you to slap the fucking cameraman. There was no better time to break the fourth wall as Abraham Lincoln than this fucking election. Okay. Right. I am sorry. Alright, no, back to try to get a little bit back more on topic here. So today...
Did we ever get off topic? Technically, we always talked about politics so far.
I want to talk about Joe Biden winning the election and people's responses to it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he also had some good lines in the epic rap battle. See, whenever I vote for president, I don't listen to the debates. I listen to the epic rap battle that comes out, because that's the more fair.
What, you're telling me that the first presidential debate wasn't what decided whether you'd vote for someone?
No, hell no.
I thought it was amazing.
No, I don't watch that shit.
Oh, and don't even get me started on the vice president debates.
Oh God.
Did you see the fly?
Yeah, I saw the fly.
Oh my God.
Flies are attracted to shit and knew what it was doing.
Oh my God. I was like,
this is perfect.
when is he gonna fly off?
Nope, never. When? Flies are attracted to shit.
I just stared. I just couldn't stop staring. I just kept staring. I was like, it's gonna fly. He's gonna fly. And he never flew.
I did like the very first opening line of Joe Biden's in the epic rap battle. It was like, "The pain of losing loved ones is something I have seen. That's why I know how it felt when they killed Jeffrey Epstein." Like, damn, nigga, you didn't have to bring that up, man. That's just rude.
I was like, let me do the clarify real quick. Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
I don't know. Either way, nigga dead.
He dead.
It don't matter how. That nigga dead.
The man is dead.
It doesn't matter if killer wrote his name down the death note. That nigga gone.
But let's go a little bit more back on track here real quick, all right? So,
and there's my weeb for the day.
What?
I just made a Death Note reference.
Oh, you don't make those daily?
Not daily, no.
Oh.
I liked Death Note, but it didn't. The ending was unsatisfactory to me.
A day where I don't make a joke about eating a potato chip is a weird day for me.
Take this potato chip and eat it.
No, real shit. Okay, I was talking to my coworker, right? And he was like, "Are you really doing like all the fucking paperwork you need to do catching up while eating fucking Fritos?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, "I'll sign the paperwork in one hand, and in the other, I'll take this chip and I'll eat it." And he was like,
To be fair, Death Note made writing in a diary the most epic fucking scenes in anime for a minute.
Oh yeah, no, I have my own.
Because it had that like fucking chorus of evil demonic angels behind him. Like,
I have my own personal Death Note, and the only person whose name in it I've written is my own. Wait, hold on. That came out wrong. No, stop!
Right. How you gonna write your name in your diary when it's the Death Note? Like, whose property is this? This is Jonathan.
Yeah, no, like really, like it says property of.
Yeah.
I wrote my name on there. And
Does that count?
And unfortunately, I failed so horribly at like everything. I failed to kill myself with a death note. So that goes to show.
Would that count though? Because it's technically on the cover, not the pages.
Yeah, no, it counts.
Oh, okay.
It's just if you write the name in the book.
All right.
Like that's literally the rule if you write the name of the book.
I'd use an alias like a motherfucker.
It also counts for the pages as well. You can tear them out because we saw.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I guess that would count.
All right, back to politics though. So Biden won the election.
So far,
as of right now, there's going to be recounts, obviously.
Asterisks on that one. Asterisks.
Yeah. So he has won the election, and people are responding very, very differently. Like I'm not even
Excuse me.
Rude.
What?
Our viewers just heard a burp.
Yes.
Rude.
So I said, excuse me.
Okay, well, whatever.
What viewers? We've been gone for 8 months.
I don't even watch our channel anymore.
Right?
I haven't even looked at any of the statistics in 6 months.
What statistics?
Well, I don't know, man.
Zeros across the board.
That's my personal channel right there. But yeah, no, yeah. So Biden won the election, and even from Biden's supporters, I've been seeing different responses.
Right.
I've been seeing people going like, "Yeah, take that, you motherfuckers," and I've been seeing people just kind of brush it off like it was like it doesn't even matter.
I figured no matter who won this election, there's going to be some kind of rioting going on.
No. See, I don't think it's going to be right. I think it's just because I don't think Americans have the attention span, especially gun toters. No insults to anybody who are diehard Trump supporters, but Americans
I like guns though, and I'm not a Trump supporter.
No. I mean, I'm trying to word this right. So, I'm gonna say how the fuck.
You're talking about the extremists.
Yeah, I don't. No, I mean Americans in general. Americans are not built to have an attention span. We literally do everything the way that kills our attention span. I mean, even I.
Are you shitting me? People still remember the fucking Civil War and slavery and shit. It's been what, 200, 300, 400, 500 years?
I ain't getting involved in this conversation.
I mean, they're still like, oh, you can't have the Confederate flag. It's racist, nigga. That had nothing to do with anything.
But see, that's more of a. I'm not gonna call it heritage, but that's more of a. I wouldn't really call that a part of something that requires an attention span. Because I mean, there's constant reminders of that on the internet.
That's what I'm saying. There's constant. People are constantly reminding themselves of it.
Yeah, I mean, but when it comes to the election, people will remember the result, but they're not gonna give a shit enough. Because for one, the Senate is controlled by Republicans. Biden can't pass much without the Republicans.
Oh well, the Democrats didn't win the whole shebang-a-bang.
No, and that's why we didn't get the stimulus package was because Pelosi was overplaying her hand. She was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna win the Senate, so we're just gonna wait till after the elections." And now she's trying to become Speaker of the House again. Let me tell you right now,
please no,
Pelosi will not win Speaker of the House again. There is zero possibility she will become Speaker of the House. She has screwed up the stimulus package so horribly that there is permanent loss in the Democrats. There's permanent trust loss in the Democrats.
Dead people got the checks before we did.
Yeah, and not me. I mean, I got mine before the dead people did. I got lucky. I was super lucky. I got mine 3 weeks after they went out, which that was fucking lucky because some people didn't even get theirs till 3 months after they went out.
I don't know. I don't remember if I even got one.
You did.
I can't remember.
Because you told me you finally got your stimulus.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because you were laying in your room and I walked in from work and you were like, I finally got my stimulus. I was like, oh. Okay, I'm still waiting on mine. Rip.
No, I got mine after you.
Did you?
If I got it all, I can't remember.
Huh. I don't remember.
Anyway.
Anyways, Nancy Pelosi thinks she's going to become the Senate, the Speaker of the House again. She's not. She is a permanent,
Pariah.
The fact that she got reelected. She didn't even need to be reelected. She wasn't running on an election campaign. It was, she wasn't running on an election campaign. But no, the fact that she's still in her position and at all, as a member of, the House of Representatives, that's amazing in itself.
Yeah.
But no, but back to Biden. People are saying that Biden is the lesser of two evils.
I mean, it's better than Kanye.
I don't believe that for a fucking second.
Kanye would have come also with a Kardashian as the first lady.
I would be okay with this.
No, you wouldn't.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
White House edition. No, thank you.
4 years of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. White House edition.
No, thanks. Plus, I don't want to hear about her dad, mom.
I don't actually watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, to be clear. I just kind of want to see what would happen because I feel like that's a lot of good memes.
The only reason I know about her dad mom is because Epic Rap Battles of History had him against the Hulk.
Bruce Jennings.
Yeah, Bruce Jenner versus
Caitlyn.
Bruce Banner.
I don't
and then it turned into Hulk, and then I don't know what...
Caitlyn?
Maybe?
Is it Caitlyn?
I don't fucking know her name.
I don't either. I don't either.
All I know is it's still Bruce Jenner. But not Bruce Jenner anymore, because now he's a she.
Formerly known as Bruce Jenner.
Her name is something or other.
I think it's Caitlyn. I don't pay attention to celebrities. I'm only paying attention to politics right now just because okay, to be clear, when I say I'm apolitical, I really don't care about politics. As in, I literally don't. However, I am financially invested in the stock market, and the stock market is taking like huge hits based on the stimulus packages. So I don't
multiple huge hits at this point.
Yeah, I have to pay attention to what's happening in politics right now, just because of the fact that the stimulus package will result in price hikes and price drops in the stock market.
This man tried to get me to do the stock market. I looked at him like, you out your damn mind.
So I mean, like that's the only reason I'm personally paying attention. I am legitimately apolitical, like under normal circumstances. If I can play my games, nobody fucks with me. I don't fuck with them.
Right. If I can live my life normally without you people coming, without like a fucking military police force marching down the street every 5 hours.
Yeah, yeah. We ain't going to war. There's no wartime kind of thing. There's no militias walking down the street. I don't give a shit. Right. I'll go to work. I'll come home. I'll play video games.
Mind my own business.
Yeah, like real shit. I don't care about politics.
We take up an American stance on that because America before World War II was about isolationism. They minded their own freaking business. After World War II, they decided they needed to police the entire goddamn planet, and that's how we got fucked over like we are.
See, I personally just hate politics. It's the fastest way to kill a relationship with someone is to say your political opinions. By saying your political opinions, you will automatically join in a negative or positive influence upon a person based upon a belief that does not define you as a person. And that is what I definitively hate about politics, is you can kill a relationship faster that way than any other way on the planet.
The only way you can kill it for me is telling me that you don't like anime.
I don't like anime.
Yes, you do. You lying sack of shit.
I don't watch much anime.
Yeah,
that's a huge difference. Because I mean, like, if Sword Art Online, when its new season comes out, I'll binge watch the fuck out of it.
Stopped watching Sword Art Online so many seasons ago.
Dr. Stone, it comes out in January. I'll binge watch the fuck out of it when it comes out.
Don't bully me. Nagatoro is getting an anime next season.
I don't know what that is.
It's a manga I read.
And then I'm rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal right now because I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh!
I like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't really watch any of the other ones.
I'm gonna probably end up rewatching the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! To all the way up to Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Mm-hmm. I really want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s because it's like based around a different kind of form of the card game, but I don't really want to invest the time into like trying to find it because I can't find it anywhere on the fucking internet, like at all.
I mean, I could probably find it for you.
Don't put viruses on my computer.
I'm not Devin.
Damn, son.
The virus to life.
But so basically, like, I am definitively, legitimately apolitical. Mm-hmm. I am literally just invested in politics at the moment because of the stimulus package. Like,
did you ever notice how you talk faster?
Yes. On top of that, I have caffeine in me right now because that's like my fourth Monster.
Bruh, I just downed half my coffee.
Bruh.
Of course, I don't get hype unless I'm talking about either anime, wrestling, or video games.
Oh, you should see me start talking about card games.
Yeah.
Like if I'm around someone I could actually legitimately talk around card games with. Like I was talking to Reggie one day, and it was just like straight up just like him and I were talking really quickly, and everyone was like trying to follow up with the conversation. James was just like sitting there like.
I think that's how humans are in general. When they talk about something that excites them, they just keep getting faster and faster.
Yeah, that's because the adrenaline starts kicking in, and you're like, and your brain's like, oh my god, dude, all the information at once.
Right.
Everyone needs to hear it.
Kind of like when we argue about science, like the everything's in one corner at the same time bullshit.
Yeah, let's save that for another fucking podcast though, because like I feel like that's gonna be a lot of fun to just like just talk about random science.
That was a headache. That still hurts my head thinking about that.
All right, well. I kind of want to like make this a shorter episode because like I said, politics can like get really fucking stupid. So let's focus down on Biden here. Just like we're gonna veer off. It's us, but like let's like try to focus on Biden here.
I was kind of hoping that Trump would win just because it would be his second term and then he couldn't run again afterwards. We'd kind of be done with him because now if he gets to recount and say he doesn't win again in another 4 years, guess he'll be sauntering back in like a surprise. It's me.
Well, see, my thing is Biden is horrible for the economy. Mm-hmm. If Biden was actually allowed to pass whatever he wanted to pass,
It's not going to happen now because it's Senate.
The unemployment rate right now is 6.9%. Right? That would increase drastically. You would have because Biden wants to increase the minimum wage up to $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. If Biden increases the wage to $15 an hour, my job right now, they're struggling to find 1 hour of overtime per for a single associate, right? And for the single associate, you're looking at like around $15 to $16 an hour for overtime.
Right.
If they can't find that for one person, they'd have to lay off 2 people just to continue to keep everybody else employed. And we're already on a skeleton crew. Like my store has 12 people counting management.
There should be something. I think what needs to happen is that things like the IRS and like the government funded shits, they need to all just stop what they're doing and restart everything, because the economy is at such a state right now that they need to reevaluate everything from the ground up.
Yeah, because the thing is, like all of the systems were made back when the average cost of living would total up to like $600 a fucking month for a family nowadays.
Right. But that's one person maybe now.
Yeah. No, even because you can't even get a $600 place in Oklahoma. Right. And Oklahoma has an extremely low cost of living. Right. You can't even get a $600 place a month in Oklahoma. With the you could probably go $35 cheaper. Like you could go $565. Yeah. Like for a one bed, one bath. Yeah. Like that's for one person. Yes. I mean, you're still looking at that leaves you at $35 off that $600. You don't have the money to pay your electric. You don't have the money to pay your internet. You don't have the money to pay your phone bill, and you need those. Yeah. I hate to say those are necessities, but those are legitimate necessities in society nowadays. Yeah,
especially with how technology is nowadays. Yeah. If you're not connected to the internet, you're not connected to anything.
I mean, we've seen families get in trouble because they didn't have internet for their kids. Right. For their schooling, it's gone online.
Yeah, because schooling online is a great idea, first of all. I love that idea because it allows parents to be more involved with their kids and their education.
The only reason I have an issue with that is not all families. Because, for example, my family, my stepdad, the father of my little sister, love her to death, but the father of my little sister cannot be there whenever she's doing schooling. And my mother is looking for a job. She can't be there when she gets that job.
Okay, I'm not saying that it should be a mandatory thing. I'm saying, but as an option, it's an amazing idea.
As an option, if you have the ability to do that.
Yeah, because my family, when I was a kid, would have fucking jumped on that with the quickness. My mom was a retired school teacher. She would have jumped on that like a fat kid on cake who's been starved for 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
See, I would have loved to do it as a kid. I really would have.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to watch like Discovery Channel and National Geographic, the educational TV before it became Swamp People and just poke this shark with a stick and see what happens. TV.
See, as a kid, I was like always at the top of my classes, constantly. It got to the point where literally everybody expected me to go like straight A's through my entire high school. I hated high school. It was the most boring, dull thing ever. And once I found out that ditching was an actual thing, I never went back to school again.
To be fair, my high school wasn't where I grew up in California. It was here in Oklahoma. In California, I was always on the honor roll. In Oklahoma, when I came here and did high school, they didn't have honor roll because I was so far. Because in California, I had stopped going to school during high school because my parents' health issues and whatnot. So when I came to Oklahoma, I had to restart high school. I was already like 17, so when they put me in this special school for delinquent kids. So, but the reason that they did that is because most of the courses were online. But the courses were online in the school. So I would go there and use the computer. I did like a year and a half worth of schoolwork in like 6 months.
Yeah, there was this one. It was my freshman year. My teacher, literally, I would go to them after school. And I'd be like, I need more work. Right. And they'd be like, you're 6 months ahead of everyone else. I need more work.
See, my high school had it was like half the there was a 4-year thing. Half the year, like half of the 4 years was online. I did a year and a half of that in the 6 months I was there because they put me in a room for solitary because I started a riot my first week of school. And I started a riot my first week of school. This wasn't my fault. Because I was in Algebra 2 class. And
I started a riot this first week of school. It wasn't my fault, I promise.
Shut up.
Sir.
Let me tell my story, goddammit.
It was my fault. I can't breathe.
Let me tell my story, goddammit. So I was sitting in Algebra 2 class, and this kid next to me is talking about the new Carter 2 or whatever fucking album that Lil Wayne dropped. And he just kept running his fucking mouth in my ear. So halfway through the class, I said if he didn't shut the fuck up, I was going to bounce his head against the desk with his dreadlocks and throw him out the window. He took exception to that, and we started a fight in class. He threatened to stab me. I was like, go ahead and and then by that point, the principal's already there. And she heard him say he was going to stab me. Like, go ahead, pull out your knife, nigga. I'll take it and slit you with your own shit. And then I got in trouble for that. So they put me in solitary confinement, kind of, a little solitary room behind the principal's office with a computer. I did a year and a half worth of work and then just started reading manga for the other 2 weeks. I
thought it was manga.
That's manga.
I think it's manga.
Manga, manga, mangoes, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Tomato.
Yeah, I did that. I was reading Naruto at the time.
Gay.
This is back before Boruto happened. This is a long time ago.
Gay.
I was also, I think, the end of Bleach. The original end of Bleach.
I want to know that because you're talking high school, right? That'd probably be like, that'd probably be right before the Aizen saga. Like the final Aizen saga.
Oh yeah.
That'd be around the Aizen saga.
Yeah, you're right. Because I remember Aizen came back.
Because they hit the Soul King a little after my graduation from high school.
You're right. Because I remember Aizen coming back. It's like, wait, why is this nigga here?
That'd probably be around the Aizen, around when they invaded the place is Spanish. It's named Spanish place. That'd probably be around then when they invaded then.
Yeah, I remember Bleach ending like 3 times though. I was like, what? What are we doing?
I feel like it was Dragon Ball. Like they had a point where they wanted to end the series, and they left it at that like, oh, it can be ended now,
and then everyone was like, no, we want more.
Yeah, it's like left at that point where it's like there's still plot, there's still like things that can like come back to, or it can be ended and like leave those as like, oh, this is the end of Ichigo's story. Yeah.
Because at a certain point, Ichigo just got so many stupid powers. Like, why is he a Quincy now too? He's a Quincy Cerebral Hollow, but he doesn't need everyone's fucking powers on his team. Like he's a fucking it got like Captain Planet. With your powers combined, I have plot armor.
Like it legitimately got to a point where I was just like, oh, Ichigo is God now.
Yeah.
Like literally, like especially after the end, or Yurikuchi or whatever his name is, stabbed him. And like because he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you when you least expect it, when you're at your happiest. And then it got to a point where I was like, it did a time skip. I was like, Ichigo's about to get stabbed, and he's just gonna like kill the guy in response. It's like, oh, you attack me directly? Well, magic cylinder. Right. Like that's legit. Like what I was like.
I literally hate when anime does a time skip because they always do a time skip, and then the characters are OP for a little bit, but then right after they come back with the OPness, they do a flashback of how they got the nigga. If you're gonna do a flashback, just do it in chronological. We don't need to jump to the end and then go backwards.
Well, like there's like certain points where it's like it's like if you're revealing a scar or something, like with Zoro, like whenever he
with One Piece when Luffy had the big X on his chest and shit.
Yeah, or like whenever Zoro
and Nami lost like 3 ribs and got a breast enlargement.
Yeah, like there's like points where it's like it's okay to do flashbacks, like if it's like revealing like a scar, and they're like, and it's like how they got it.
Well, to be fair, Zoro had that scar like when we
the eye.
Yeah,
if they do a flashback to explain Zoro's eye, I'm not gonna be mad. But
he got that scar during the time skip. So why instead of just telling the story in chronological,
it's like for storytelling purposes because it's like they introduce Mihawk. That's the story, right? So they introduced Mihawk. I feel like this definitely should have been on a different podcast, but they introduced me because this is politics. This is a political podcast. But what is this called again?
Tangent. But
but no, if they introduce Mihawk here. And they introduce him, and then they do the flashback to Mihawk giving him the scar. That can have an emotional storytelling.
Well, Mihawk was already introduced once before the time skip.
Or if they introduce Mihawk and like give it like a showdown kind of vibe, and then have a flashback to somebody else giving Zoro the scar, and not Mihawk, and Mihawk showing up as Zoro. Like Zoro's like going to find Mihawk and gets attacked by rabid animals and gets that slash on his eye by an animal.
He was attacked by a honey badger.
And Mihawk saves him. Then it's like there's some storytelling element to where it's okay to have a flashback because then it's like it goes to show that Mihawk doesn't really want to kill Zoro.
No. I understand. I understand.
There's definitely points where I'm okay with the flashback as like during a time skip, but like there's some points where it's like kind of stupid. Right. Like for example, like the entire Naruto with Jiraiya. Almost all of those flashbacks with Naruto training with Jiraiya were unnecessary. There was only one, and that's whenever Naruto went into his tailed beast form. That I was like, this feels...
the first time when he lost control and almost killed the motherfucker.
Yeah, but it was like the flashback version.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I was like, this is necessary. Right. This I can understand this. But like, most of those were unnecessary. And then...
To be fair, it was just bonding between him and his godfather? Yeah, godfather.
Jiraiya? Yeah, his godfather. Yeah. Or grandfather, probably.
Yeah, whatever. Good godfathering there. Leave the kid alone for like, 12 years, and then just all of a sudden, hey, how you doing? And then not tell him you're his godfather.
To be fair, my little brothers, I left them alone for 3 years. I didn't talk to them. And I came back, and they were like, oh my God, we look up. I was like...
Yeah, but did you meet them beforehand?
Yeah.
Did they know you were their brother? Yeah.
True. True.
Also, Naruto has never had a family. He meets his cousin. This
is a conversation we should really have on another podcast.
It's us. We're gonna forget.
Well, we're gonna have it on another podcast.
Okay.
Because we barely even touched the topic at all in this one.
No, we did.
We talked about the epic rap battles of history more than we talked about the actual election.
No, we talked about the election. We talked about how we needed the government needed to shut down and restart from the ground up. Along with we talked about the rioting that may or may not happen depending on what's going on.
Yeah, but we barely touched any of that.
Well, do you want to talk about riots and people dead in the streets?
No. I mean, talk about the results of the election.
Oh, Biden won so far. Asterisks.
So far. Now, here's the only issue with that. Biden can't do anything without the Senate passing.
Right.
Right?
So isn't that a good thing now?
No. No, because, there's so many things that Biden wants to get done that should be done. Mm-hmm. But a Republican-dominated... Biden's idea on healthcare.
Right.
For example. Biden wanting to go back into deals with other countries that Trump pulled out of. Stuff like that.
Like the Paris Accords.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the Paris Accords.
And then on top of that, Biden's going to want to override a lot of the shit that Trump has done. For example, trans people in the military. Oh, it should be allowed. Objectively should be allowed. Anybody who wants to fight for this country should be allowed. However, they should be at that point where the medicine is not as...
causing mood swings.
Yeah. The medicine will cause testosterone swings one way or the other. But they should have more experience under it than just being freshly put onto it. Because I can tell you right now, as somebody who's lived with testosterone my entire fucking life, when that adrenaline kicks in and when the testosterone kicks in, I find it hard to control at times.
Testosterone is kind of like if adrenaline was gasoline, testosterone is nitrous. Have you ever seen Fast and Furious when they hit that button and it does that thing to the car? Yeah, that's what it does to our bodies.
And that's with people who
are born this way.
Yeah, born that way. It is something that can be hard to control, and especially when that's being introduced into your body artificially all at once for the first time ever.
Right.
You need to have time to adjust to that.
The difference between that is if you take the Fast and Furious cars and give one to Vin Diesel, who's driven the car before, and they give one to some random motherfucker off the street and say, "Here, drive this." The nigga who's just said, "Here, drive this," he's going to crash and die.
That's not to say that it's a bad thing for people to be introduced to the testosterone new.
Right? No.
That's not to say that
you live your life.
However, it is a bad thing to be giving the person a literal
AK-47 body armor.
Yeah, a literal weapon
of mass destruction.
That's. Person needs to be able to understand that the testosterone can and will fuck
take
with
over
their
your
head.
brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going mentally insane? Here's a cannon.
That's me just simply saying, 6 months underneath the medicine.
Right.
Get time to get adjusted to the testosterone
6 months to a year, depending on the person.
Yeah, depending on the person. There needs to be checks to make sure that they are ready and mentally stable.
I know the military does psyche valves, so don't tell me that you don't have the facilities or the people who can check for this shit.
Yeah, this would just be an inverse of a normal psyche valve, which is normally they come back from they go in for their original, then they go in again when they come back from their active duty.
Make sure they're not PTSD broken from their first tour and this guy's chewing on the end of his own gun. Maybe take it away from him for a bit.
So this is just gonna be a straight up just inverse of just that's what I say would be needed.
Right.
But I definitely think that Trump was wrong in outright just banning it.
Right. No.
That's unfair to anybody who wants to fight for the country that just so happens to feel as though they were born
in the wrong
in the wrong body.
Yeah.
That's unfair because I'm not regardless of how you feel about trans.
I give no shit.
Somebody willing to fight for our country should be given the opportunity to fight for our country.
My only opinion on trans is that I don't think they should be considered trans people. They should be either
male or female.
Yeah, if you're a man who's transitioning into a woman, you are a woman.
See, there are some points where I can understand where it would need to come into effect. I agree they should be called man or woman, but I feel like there are points where that transition, because there are medical reasons,
right,
where saying trans man or trans woman can change a medical procedure.
Right.
Because men and women are born with very different bodies.
Right.
Plain and simple. And if you are born into a wrong gender in your eyes and in your beliefs, if you are born into the wrong body, your body is still biologically
the other one
than what you believe.
Right.
So biologically speaking, your body is still that. There are important situations where it will need to say trans. That because if you need a life changing procedure,
right, like a heart transplant or a kidney transplant, if you get like the wrong kind of thing, and
doctors need to know what they're poking around in.
Right.
Like plain and simple.
That's how I describe it is if you took a Ferrari and took off all the pieces and just went down to the frame and then put like a Prius body on top of it, it's still technically a Ferrari. But you put Prius parts in it, but still, if you go to the mechanic, he's going to know that the frame was originally a Ferrari.
Yeah, like you definitively, like there are points where it matters.
Right.
I believe to the generic society, we should respect the person's opinion of themselves.
Yeah, no, that's why I said they should be. If you're if you were born a boy and you grew up and you wanted to be a woman. And now you're a woman. You are a woman. I'm not gonna call you a trans woman because
that's rude.
Yeah, adding trans to it makes it sound like it's a racial slur. Like, oh, you're a trans person. You're not even a real person anymore. No, you're a woman. Or if you're born a girl and you think you should be a dude, and you're a dude. You know, it's what you are. To me, trans is kind of like when you're moving from one house to another. When you're moving from house, you're not technically homeless. You're not something else. You're just from moving from point A to point B.
Yeah.
You're not homeless there in the middle when you're moving your stuff from one house to another. You would never say that. Oh, I'm moving from LA to New York. But while I'm in Kentucky, on the way there, I'm a homeless person. No, you're not. You're just moving.
But on the inverse of that, I don't feel as though someone who is trans should be mad or offended that someone doesn't immediately know that they have transitioned. Because, for example, I'm a big dude.
Yes.
Like
so am I.
And I wear my hair long.
Yes.
And I have been confused for a girl. I get kind of like again, really? This is fucking stupid.
To be fair, you're right. There are some. When I used to work at Walmart, I would say sir or ma'am, helping a customer. I'm like, I'm a woman actually. Like,
and people can get super trigger happy over that.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm just trying to be polite.
As a guy who often gets confused for a girl just solely because like my hair, and I do have a high pitched voice most of the times. Like I deepen my voice when I do these things. Like. Normally, I talk like with like more polite, more polite and friendly.
He puts his professional white man voice on.
Yeah, and it does come off as a more high pitched voice, especially over the phone. So I have been confused with the woman, and I get like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I get really annoyed.
To be fair, I've been confused for being white over the phone.
I've been confused for being black over the phone.
My whole family didn't know I was black until I went to my mom's funeral.
Like, there's only one black guy at our store, right? And I had a customer come in. And he was like, that's not the voice I heard over the phone, but I swear it's a black guy. And I was like, and so I was talking to a customer.
Was it me, sir?
I was talking to a customer, and I was kind of ghetto. She was like, that was it. Oh, he's white. I was like.
I was talking to this one black guy. Turns around and looks at the white man. Hi, sir. How can I help you?
But
I sound like I'm here to pick up your daughter.
but no, for real though, it's like I mean, I definitely feel like people shouldn't be as trigger happy about like, I'm actually a woman,
or I'm actually a man. Like,
it's like it's like, dude, you are 6'5",
right?
Built like a fucking tank,
right?
And you can't expect me to know automatically that you are female. Like
especially when you're wearing androgynous clothes like sweatpants and a t-shirt. Nigga, I don't know what you are.
It's like if you're wearing a dress. 6'5", built like a tank.
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm probably gonna automatically assume you're a female, and I'm just gonna hope that I'm not talking to a guy in drag. Like I'm just gonna like straight up just hope because at that point I feel like I'm gonna get decked.
Yeah, that person's just wanting to turn people into pavement lotion regardless because they're just being an asshole.
Yeah, but if like people need to understand, I don't know your life story.
Right.
Honestly.
Unless you want to walk around with a sign around your neck that says boy or girl, like a bathroom sign, I'm not going to know offhand.
And 9 times out of 10, if I have the time to, I'll listen to your fucking life.
Right.
But don't automatically assume that I'm going to know that your gender.
Just how you...
Especially nowadays, you're always wearing a fucking mask.
Yeah, especially people's like, don't assume my gender. Don't assume I know your gender. God damn it.
Listen, I have the knowledge of a god, but I'm pretty sure God doesn't... My desk.
My leg.
My desk.
My leg.
But no.
My cabbages.
I mean, I have the knowledge of a god, but even God doesn't know some things.
Right. Like, I mean, half your face is cut up with the new fashion trend of 2020, which, by the way, I think people are actually starting to like because I've seen a lot of these custom made ones now. People just like design like this. No, I saw this one dude. I swear to God, he came out of your store. He had from his boots to his face mask to his hat was all Gucci. I'm like, really, nigga?
Dude, I gotta say, Honestly, it got to a point where I was like, I will actually wear these masks afterwards.
Right.
But then my boss was like, oh, but you can't wear any decorative ones. And I was like,
oh, that sucks.
I guess I won't wear these masks after
I have a
the
Kakashi one. I have a sports Darth Vader looking motherfucker. I have
I found a Pokemon one on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna get it.
To be fair,
and I showed my boss and I was like, can I wear this? And he was like, no.
To be fair,
the first one was like, yes, but ask Tom first. So I go up to my store manager and I'm like, can I wear this? And he's like, why? Because it's a mask.
Right.
But you're wearing one.
But I want this one.
But I was just like, but this one. And he was like, no.
To be fair, Japan has been wearing face masks for like generations now, and just like I don't know if
most Asian countries wear face masks to prevent the spread of like common
anything
like it's not a new thing, and for people to say that this is it's such a new thing and they're trying to see how it's dude, Asian countries have been doing this for generations.
Also, to be fair though, Asian countries also have a lot more people packed into a lot smaller space.
Yeah, but it's also an
Have you ever seen Japan? Jesus Christ.
Yes.
People like sardines there. I would never get on a train in Japan. I'd rather die.
I'd get groped.
Nigga, I wouldn't even fit. My fat ass wouldn't go in. They'd be like, no, nigga, you need the whole cart to yourself. They have people pushers who will literally just shove you in to a motherfucker. I'm like, nah, nigga, if you just, nah, I can't do that. If I'm like tits and ass to every motherfucker in this fucking train car, I'm gonna be unhappy.
But
you forgot what we were talking about.
No, I remember what we were talking about. I'm just trying to figure out a way to get back to it without just like being like politics, because I feel like every time I try to segue it back. Well, no. This is actually a good point. Biden has a horrible plan for external affairs.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel as though we're going to end up in a point where it's like going to be a financial, like massive fucking financial economic downturn when he takes over in January.
I think what we should do for our foreign relations is like talk to every world leader around. Like, look, we get that for the most part in our history we have kind of policed the world, and we've gotten all in our business, all in your business, and our chocolate and your peanut butter. But for the next couple of years, we're just gonna work on us. It's not you, it's us. We need to work on us for a second.
No. I think what needs to happen is everyone just needs to get into one room, lock them in that room. The one who walks out rules the world.
No, absolutely not.
You don't want Lord Putin to rule the world?
No, well, I want everyone to be able to understand that. Look, we are all one. Hold on. We are all one planet, and we all need to work together to live on this planet. However, we need to get our own house fixed before we can help you move into your new house.
No, not at all. What needs to happen is we need to have an entire global reformation of how our political structure is done. We should not be looking at each other as that country, that country, that country. We should not be saying this is the border for our world. This is the border for our countries. We should be saying this is the earth. Everybody here needs to work together to grow as a community.
It's not going to happen until aliens show up.
No, and that's the problem. When aliens show up, it's going to be too late. Because if the aliens are hostile, and we're just like fighting amongst each other, they're taking us out.
No. If aliens show up and as soon as they shoot one laser, every country's gonna be like, nigga, you did what? And then start shooting all together now in unison with fucking fireworks.
I don't think they're gonna give us the. I don't think they're gonna give us the opportunity for that. Like, just plain and simple.
To be fair, if we see them coming like on our satellites or shit like that, by the time they get here, the Earth has already made its mind up. You shoot one laser, we all got guns pointed at you.
See, no,
it's kind of like if you had a room.
Like I said, I really don't think we're gonna be given that opportunity. I feel like they're gonna show up with some fucking Death Star level shit, and the second they shoot, the planet's gone.
But we'd see them though, and even if we were all on the same page before them, we're not going to be able to do anything.
I mean, if we work together, we could actually form some kind of plan. I mean, I'm just saying that fighting amongst each other is going to get us nowhere. Like, we're going to get nowhere by fighting amongst each other. By not working together.
I agree, but we're not going to be able to work together if we can't work together in our own countries first.
Imagine if the removal of boundaries, the removal of borders, the removal of any monetary value was removed as a matter for why progress could not happen.
Yeah.
Imagine if we could have all of the world's best scientists in one room at the same time, working on the same problem.
The last time that happened was the Manhattan Project.
And look what it did.
It wiped out half of Japan.
Exactly.
That's not a good thing, John.
No, but that's my point. They did something that was previously thought to have been impossible. They split an atom. That was,
and every single one of them had PTSD.
The concept existed, but it was thought impossible. That they put their minds together and they did it. Imagine what would happen if we had all the best Russian scientists, all the best American scientists, all the best Japanese scientists, all the best Chinese scientists.
We get the point, John.
In one room, working on a cure for cancer with no budget limit.
The pharmaceutical company would have them assassinated.
I'm simply saying though. Imagine if we were as a world to work together, the progress that could be made would be astronomical.
Yeah,
we have one person. We have SpaceX. We have SpaceX looking to colonize the moon by the end of the decade.
Yes.
And it's thought to be possible, and that's a private-owned American company.
Is he American? I thought it was Dutch.
No, the Tesla's it's American owned. SpaceX is American.
Okay.
Like it is an American company.
All right.
Here, hold on. Actually, let me pull that up real quick.
You have your phone in front of you. What are you doing?
SpaceX. I want to say it's an American company. It's an American aerospace. Yeah. So SpaceX is an American company. I mean, it's a private-owned American company,
right,
looking to colonize the planet by the end of the decade.
The moon, not the planet.
Yeah, the moon. They're also looking to colonize Mars by 2032. 2032,
Mars.
Right? So I'm just simply saying that we have this very realistic possibility of a private-owned company looking to colonize the moon. And everybody's saying it's completely possible. Everyone's in agreement that they will be able to do it. There are hardly any doubts that it will get done. So I'm just saying, imagine if we had all the governments working together to reach the same goal, willing to put aside any monetary differences, where we don't have to pay any import taxes, where we don't have to pay any tariffs, where there's just imagine the progress that could be made.
See, I agree with you. However, I also know it's not going to happen because of how human history has proven.
No, I agree.
Also, I agree with you. I don't understand why Earth as a thing has money. Because, technically speaking, we're still just doing the bartering system. I have this colored paper here. You have a hat. I will trade you this colored paper for your hat. Instead of old times like I have a pie, and you have a hat, and I want that hat, and you'd like a pie. So here's a pie.
However, this hat is worth 3 pies now because I say so.
Exactly.
So I agree. The bartering system is stupid. However, it's been I'm not going to say embedded into our DNA, but essentially it has been embedded into our DNA.
I think if we had a world government, that we should switch from physical currency to digital currency. That way we can just throw around imaginary money and still be spending, but not technically be spending or earning anything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way it's all like a monopoly money imaginary. Because if you have like all digital currency, if there's nothing backed up by anything, someone can say, hey, I want $1,000 to buy this hat. Even though if you buy $1,000 hat, you are a dumb motherfucker.
Or it's made of fucking something amazing.
It's made of hopes and dreams. Anyway,
literal hopes and dreams.
Literally,
you ripped them out of orphans.
Yeah,
and sewed them into a hat.
Yes, but anyway, if you spend $1,000 on a hat or one Starbucks coffee.
Buy 3 Starbucks coffees, thank you very much. I should know. I live off Starbucks.
Anyway,
you can't just spend $2 in Starbucks.
Anyway, so you take your digital money that doesn't actually exist and spend it. The company will be able to spend that extra $1,000 of imaginary money on whatever it needs without earning or literally losing anything. So technically, everything will be free, but we'd still be paying for it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree in the regards of
it would give the illusion of spending, but technically no one's losing or gaining anything.
I would more say that honestly, I'm not going to say everything should be free because that's
it's not
that's
free.
Set up to be failed.
Technically, it's not free because you still have to earn. It'd be kind of like points in a video game. You have to earn points or money, but you're technically not actually physically transferring anything.
I would more so much say that. People should be given the opportunity to follow the career path that they so choose.
Because imagine this.
That's so cool.
Going back to your store and it's $15 an hour minimum wage fire people thing, right? So imagine if, with the digital currency thing, if you as an employee were earning points regardless of what the store was doing, like the store didn't even care about your points, right? That way, you earn that money from the imaginary pool of imaginary money just by your points.
Then the store's not getting anything out of it.
No, the store will still be earning its points because of the work you're doing for it. Its points aren't affected by your points.
Yeah, but then you're making up points out of nowhere. At that point, they might as well go ahead and increase the cost of product.
But the points, the points are still there. They're still getting their points from how much points your points are selling.
Yeah, but then they're going to increase the cost of their points just because that'll mean that they'll get more points.
Well, yeah, the company can still get more points. That's what they're doing now.
But then your points would remain the same.
Yeah, but you're an employee. They don't give a shit about you. Fuck your points.
Yeah, but that's the same as monetary value. They can start increasing the prices right now.
Yeah, but see, but doing that,
that's the same.
But they wouldn't have to fire anyone that way because your points aren't affected by them.
But that still puts you in the situation where you're making less points than you're going to be able to afford anything else. Because I mean, like if your monthly cost for groceries is $200 right now, right?
Oh,
it just says
I wish.
I wish too. Because even not kind of the shit that I eat from you, I spend more than $200 a month on food.
You motherfucker.
I know, right?
Eating my own goddamn food
and then I spend $200 on my own food.
Right? I'm spending a couple $100 on food, and you eating half of the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Drinking all my juice and shit, eating my fucking
juice?
White Castle. You bought soda.
I bought purple juice.
You bought purple drink. It literally says grape drink on it.
And then the other one says orange drink. And then there's pineapple drink.
The most ghetto fucking soda juice this motherfucker could find.
I really should have just gone to
like if you Googled ghetto beverage, this is what would happen.
I should have just gone to Aldi's or Dollar Tree, to be honest. Like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Dollar General. Jesus Christ.
Jesus fuck, dude. That was stupid.
That needs to be abolished. Fuck the imaginary point.
We were just like right next to the Dollar Tree. They had an actual fucking like.
And the Mexican restaurant the Mexican store that actually has actual Mexican drinks and shit.
Yeah, like I feel like honestly we probably went to like the worst place to get drinks.
Yeah.
But no, but back to what we were talking about. Okay. Oh man, I was really hoping this is only gonna be like a 30-minute.
To be fair though, again, think about where all the money goes on the planet. It never leaves Earth, right?
Right.
So we're technically just moving it around the planet like wind currents.
Not even that, actually. I mean, honestly, more is being created than being moved to other places.
Yes.
I mean, like, a lot of those companies that are holding onto their money are literally just sitting on fat stacks of cash. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, I'm going to use Nintendo as an example because I just recently found this out. And I just couldn't stop laughing. Nintendo could take a 9-figure loss every year for 20 years and still not go bankrupt. And that's just Nintendo at its current net worth.
Right.
Like, they could take a 9-figure loss every year and not go bankrupt.
Right.
Okay,
I can't even imagine 9 figures.
Like, let's just put it into perspective. The money is not being moved so much that if they just lost money, they'd be fucking fine.
Right.
Like,
that's what I'm talking about. The point system would be like, they don't give a shit about what points are. They have money that they're not even fucking using.
Exactly. That's also the problem with it. Because you're just creating an infinite amount of points.
Well, there's an infinite amount of money being made,
and all that has to happen is somebody needs to hack the system, and then they can have infinite points, meaning infinite product. And that essentially changes. I mean, like, the way the world is right now, like, with the monetary system, for one, fucking stupid. It's absolutely fucking stupid. A monetary system is only good as long as the people believe that the money is worth something.
Yeah.
The second the money stops being worth anything, or the second, like, some concept or idea comes up that the money becomes, like, meaningless. Like, for example, it turns out tomorrow that the American Federal Gold Reserve
has been empty for years. Yeah.
Is completely empty. The American dollar is nothing. There's nothing to back up the piece of paper that you got paid.
Except for that piece of paper.
Except the piece of paper. And no other country is going to value that piece of paper at anything. Gold has a global value.
Actually, there is one thing that is universal besides gold that people trust and believe in. Monopoly money. Every country has a Monopoly game, and each game has the same pieces of paper in it that mean nothing.
but then Hasbro is literally the government at that point, printing the money as they see fit.
Would you not trust Hasbro? I mean, technically
they own Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, but Monopoly's never let us down before.
Yeah, but Wizards of the Coast has.
All I'm saying...
Rest in peace, Commander Legends. You could have been so good before the cash grabs.
All I'm saying is that... See, I had a dream once that I bought an island.
Oh, great. Another black man.
Shut the fuck up. I had a dream that
I had an island.
Anyway, so I won the lottery and bought an island, yeah? So I put up water...
Yeah, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I put up water turbines to gain power from the oceans. I put up a water purifying system that's powered by the water turbines and solar energy and wind energy to get clean water, and then now I had this island. I put up, Wi-Fi and fucking, cell phone towers and shit. And then I was like, okay, what am I gonna do for money? I just bought a whole bunch of Monopoly boards. And just used that money on my island and made my own country. It was like, this is the country of Negro. No one else can be here but me.
But then you have no reason to need money if you're the only person on the island.
However, I will talk to Disney. It's like, this is an exclusive island. Do you want a tourist attraction here where people can come to Disney Island? Can you imagine how fucking quickly Disney would be like, here's our money, sir. Disney Island over fucking Six Flags Island? You know what I mean? Actually, Six Flags over nigga would sounds amazing. I would go there. Anyway, so I'd get a resort going, regardless of who. And
we're gonna backtrack to Biden and end this shortly because I really didn't expect this to go on for more than 30 minutes. It's been an hour.
John, who are we?
I was trying to have a quickie. I was trying to be a quick
John.
Shot. I was
phrasing.
I was going for a quick shot here. I was like, hey man, Biden won the fucking presidency. Let's talk about this. Next thing you know, we're talking about anime and owning islands.
Hey, you would go to the island of nigga too. Don't lie.
I would not.
Why not? You wouldn't go to my island?
No.
You fucking racist.
Probably.
You know who would go to my island?
Who?
Trump.
Jeffrey Epstein.
No, Trump would go in memory of Jeffrey Epstein.
You will be missed.
He probably would too. He'd want to build a tower with his name on my island. I'd be like, how much though?
That's gonna be a fat stack. We'll build a statue of it.
Right.
But you gotta give me a fat ass.
I will even dip it in gold like you wanted the wall that Mexico would pay for, which never happened.
So, back to Biden.
Is he gonna build the wall too?
I honestly think.
Technically, Mexico did pay for the wall that they built because of the Corona thing.
Biden is better than Trump, but a broken leg, just because your leg is broken, doesn't mean it's going to be better than it was if it was amputated.
Right.
To
be fair, broken is a little bit better.
Yeah, but a broken leg is still better than an amputated leg.
But not by much.
But at the same time, you still can't use the leg for quite a bit of time. Right. Biden is better than Trump, but because the Republicans won the Senate, he's not going to be as effective as Trump.
Right.
So, honestly, I think what just happened was we got a so-called president for 4 years that's going to do his damnedest to fuck the economy and do his damnedest to increase public relationships with other countries. But I think at the end of it, nothing's going to get done. Yep. And we're going to have another Republican in office.
See,
I don't see, after Biden's presidency, I don't see a Democratic president coming into office.
What we should have is something like England has, where they have the Senate, and they have their Democratic.
Well, the parliament.
Yeah, Parliament. That's
the Parliament is their Senate.
Yes.
The monarchy is their presidency.
Right.
And then their House of Representatives. I don't know if they have a House of Representatives.
No, what I'm saying is that they have the Parliament and I think they have a House of Representatives too. But those two bodies do things, and then the Queen says, "Fuck all that noise. We're going to do this," and they're like, "Cool."
Yeah, I mean the president has the ability to veto anything that the Senate does. Then the Senate goes in front of the vote. I believe it's similar to Parliament. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I believe it's similar.
The Queen has. If say the Parliament says we're gonna spray paint all the orphans blue, the Queen can be like, we're not going to do that. However,
the Queen has the final say so, but she tends to trust the Parliament.
Yeah. However, if the Queen said we're going to paint all the orphans blue, the kids are just being painted blue.
The Parliament is allowed to veto it, but they have to have I think it's even more than a 2/3. Because in America it's a 2/3 to veto the president. So I believe the Parliament does have the ability to veto the Queen, but I believe it's a considerable amount more.
Yeah, it's like an 8/9 or some broad.
Yeah, I believe it's an immensely high number that it has to be vetoed by.
However, I guarantee Parliament would say, if this 910-year-old woman said, I'm gonna take this spray paint can and start spraying orphans down, and they'd be like, you do you, ma'am. We're not gonna. Yes, Your Highness. We're not going to stop you because you're 910 years old and you've seen Jesus personally.
But to try to wrap up this video, to wrap up this podcast, I want to say, again, a broken leg is better than an amputated leg, but it'd be better had we not gotten to a position where we hurt ourselves to begin with.
Right.
I definitely feel as though this two-party system needs to be reworked.
I thought we're supposed to have a three-party system, but that's a laughable joke at this point.
The independent is supposed to be the three-party system. I'm actually going to back up like one of my friends has said. The Green Party definitely should be a candidacy. Definitely should be a more seriously taken candidate. Because the Green Party, decent party, from what I understand. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure about all the specifics, but I mean,
what the Independent Party needs is someone. You know how Trump was like a big figurehead, like he was a celebrity. Everyone knew who he was.
Yeah,
he got everyone look.
I think that's what Kanye was trying to be.
Yeah, but he wasn't big enough. We need someone who it can train that, or he just didn't do it.
Eminem for president 2024. Let's go!
I would vote for Eminem.
I would vote for Eminem too. Like he would get like because he understands the American struggle. He understands.
He went from nothing to having something.
He understands the political game. Yeah. I mean, like I hate to say this, like the rap game, it can get super political,
especially when you know people like Suge Knight and fucking Dr. Dre.
Yeah, and when you fuck around with Snoop Dre, when you fuck around with 50 Cent. Yeah, I mean, he's like. And he definitely is a global figurehead. Right. Like if you say Eminem, regardless of which country you're in, you say Eminem, someone, if not everyone, is going to recognize the name. Right. Like so, if you're talking like someone bigger than Kanye, Eminem, because I definitively, there are people who disagree with me on this. A lot of people disagree with me on this. Eminem is bigger than Kanye. Oh yeah. Like Kanye says that he's God. Eminem is the guy. Eminem is the guy that jerked off and created God. Right. Like I definitively will say this. Eminem is much, but I don't believe that Eminem would be a great president. No. I definitely feel like he'd be more, but I get the idea of someone bigger than Kanye West, similar to how Eminem is bigger than Kanye West.
Yeah, I'm not saying like someone like. I'm not saying Eminem himself. I'm saying someone who's a big name that everyone... Like, if Michael Jackson came back from the dead and ran for president, everyone would be like, excuse me, what now?
No.
Not Michael Jackson. Please, God, no.
Elon Musk Elon Musk going to be president. Yeah. I believe definitively. I will say this definitively. If Elon Musk runs for president, he will win.
Technically, he can't because he's not born in America.
Fuck that. If Elon Musk says, I want to be president...
Everyone will vote for Elon Musk. I do think that rule is kind of stupid. I think if you were, even if you weren't born in this country, if you lived here for like most of your fucking life, like he has.
No, see, I get what the rule is for. See, because I hate to say this, because I have the utmost faith in people. I always do. I always see the best in people. I always hope for the best in people. But I think that the rule is in place because at that point, if someone runs for president. They're not from this country. Even if they were like came to the country as an infant, you don't know how their parents are raising them to be like. I mean, for example, because someone could be like a horrible fucking person, you know, in private, or someone could be like a Russian separatist in private, right? Yet present themselves as a proud American in public.
Well, I mean, you could do that as a natural born American anyway. I mean, we have homegrown terrorists for a reason.
But what I'm saying is like I feel like, you know, the idea is they don't want someone coming into America.
Keanu Reeves is Canadian. That's why he can't. That's why I'm saying we can get rid of the rule and let Keanu, because if Keanu Reeves ran for president,
I don't think he would do it. I will definitively say I don't think that Keanu Reeves would be willing to be that. Keanu Reeves is not like a. It takes a much harder person to be president.
I don't know. I mean, he just John Wick everyone who gets in his way. Just shoot him.
But that's a character.
You don't know what he's like in real life. He could just be like.
No, that's a character. I definitely feel like.
Actually, he did learn what he called gung fu for not only John Wick, but for I think Constantine or whatever the other movie was.
But still, that's a character. Keanu Reeves has proven time and time again that he's just, you know,
an actual decent human being.
Yeah, and I hate to say that we don't want a decent human being in like the political.
We don't want no decent human beings here. This is politics.
But no, I mean, I want a decent human being in politics. Right. That'd be amazing. But because I mean, like for example,
Chuck Norris,
our representative, our representative for our district, Nikki Dultz. I personally know the guy.
What about Chuck Norris?
Great fucking person. No.
He's American. He's a tough bastard.
No, because I feel like that just like opens up to memeability again. Like the thing with Trump, the reason why he was voted into position was memeability. Right. And it fucked up. It fucked up horribly.
He was a meme that got too far.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't feel like going for a memeability thing when talking about what is considered to be the most powerful position on the planet.
To be fair, Chuck Norris is also very Republican, if I remember correctly. He probably wouldn't be independent.
I mean, I'm simply saying that it's much better to have a. It's much better to
Was
have.
he Democratic? I can't remember.
Okay.
He's very one way or the other though.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up, and I hope that we got the point across that America
is boned.
Is fucked. The world
boned.
And it's probably not gonna get any better for at least another 4 years.
It's probably not gonna get better. Period.
Like, I really definitively, I hate to say this, but I really feel as though until the world comes together, it's only going to get worse from here. Like, I don't see the world becoming a better place until the world decides to work together.
We're too far divided to help now.
Because
the cracks had formed in the splitting.
As a great man once said, a house divided amongst itself cannot stand. And I don't feel as though that's just talking about a political party or a country. I definitely feel like that can attribute itself to a global state.
And a cracked cup holds no water.
I really feel as though until from the president to the queen to
Putin
to
Kim Jong-un
to just a global figure.
Who's in charge of China?
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, sure.
But that's I'll show you later.
I know he looks like Winnie the Pooh. I don't know his real name.
Neither do I. Just call him Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, whatever.
But no, I definitely feel like until as a global effort, we are willing to put all our differences aside and come together. I don't feel like the world is ever going to be truly better.
It's not going to. I mean, look how long they've been fighting in the Middle East. They've been fighting in the Middle East since the Bible was written.
And I am an optimist. Like, I'm an optimistic person. Like, I go into people like...
Think about it that way. There's a group of people who have been fighting for the same shit, different day, since the time the Bible was written.
Like, I definitely feel as though... I really thought COVID was going to be a time for us to, come together as a civilization.
Nope.
And I...
For a second, we're all wanting to get toilet paper.
I feel as though now there is no hope left.
And unless aliens show up with a slow-moving spaceship that's like, we're coming for you.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's going to be any hope until then. And even then, I don't see people willing to put aside their differences for that.
Yeah.
After the response that we saw for COVID, I feel like people are going to say hoax. I feel like people are going to say fake news. I feel like people are going to say it's not real. I feel like people are going to say they're not going to hurt us.
Actually, I do think there's nothing. A solar flare that EMPs the entire planet and plunges it into the dark ages once again. Everyone who's a technology whore will be like, we have to come together to fix this right now. Because all the technology that will shut down the banks, it will shut down the schools, it will shut down entertainment, it will shut down news.
I don't feel like that would fix it. I hate to say that because I am an optimistic person. I like to see the best in people, but after COVID response, after seeing the after the politics.
To be fair, the rest of the world handled COVID together. America was the one that fucked everything over.
No, because the UK was just as bad in its response as America was. The UK has gone. It just went into its second or third shutdown, because of the fact that they started hitting case numbers that rivaled America's worst cases.
Yeah, and then they shut down. Like, okay, look, we're fucking up. We're not doing something right. We need to. Sit back down.
They still. This is the second they reopened after they had horrible fucking numbers still. So I definitively feel as though this entire thing has just gone to show that humans should die. Wow, that humans will doom themselves to die. To keep what they just seem to, what they want to claim to be individuality or rights.
See, this is actually COVID is what I was hoping for, kind of. When I used to pray for a worldwide plague that would kill off the dumb people, and COVID's doing a good job of starting to kill off the dumb ones.
And I hate to say this, I'm one of those people. I hate wearing masks, mostly just because usually I have beer breath because I drink a lot. So I honestly just hate smelling the alcohol on my breath.
That's constantly. A personal thing.
That's a personal problem that I cause myself. And I will pull down my mask, you know, when I'm in public if I'm the only one around.
Right.
Like if I have customers that walk up, or because I work in retail, if I have customers that walk up and they're not wearing a mask, I will ask them if it's okay if I pull mine down because I hate wearing my mask. If I have customers who are coming up with mask on, I will pull my mask up as a sign of respect for what they believe, you know, or what they
I wear glasses and my vision will fog up when I wear my mask and things. And
yeah, same.
However, I would rather wear my mask and just adjust my glasses to a certain way so that I don't get fogged up. It's kind of like wearing a seatbelt in a car. A seatbelt's not going to prevent you from getting in a car accident. It's just there to help you in case you get into one.
Yeah.
The mask is the same thing. It's not going to prevent you from getting sick or whatever. It's just there to help you.
It's to prevent the spread.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, that doesn't protect you. The only way it protects you is it doesn't, whenever you go to touch your face, you're not putting it in your mouth. But that's the only way it's actually protecting you. It's protecting other people though, because when you cough or when you talk, the air comes out. It's not going onto them. It's getting on the mask.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of like a seatbelt thing. Yeah, the seatbelt's not going to stop you from getting hit by a semi-truck. However, if you get hit by the semi-truck and you don't have the seatbelt on, you have a higher chance of being splattered on the highway than if you had your seatbelt.
No, because that's not even a fair. Because it's like it's more like the seatbelt's going to stop you from flying out the window and hitting someone else when you get hit. It's not a matter of, because with the mask, it doesn't protect you. Right. It protects others. Yeah,
but if everyone else is wearing it, that means you're protected too.
Yeah.
If everyone's around you in a bubble and you're doing like a sumo wrestling thing, you're fucking fine. It's just like squishy bubbles on top of you.
Yeah.
But if everyone's just running around, butt naked with armor on, it's gonna hurt like a bitch.
However, people have made the mask out to be a matter of personal rights and Because I'm not saying that I don't wear mine because it's my right. It is not my right. I have the ability when I wear mine to prevent people from getting sick and killing people. Every time I take my mask off, I know fully well I could potentially be exposing other people to it. I'm an asshole.
Yes.
I accept this. I'm like, I get it. What I'm doing is wrong. I know what I'm doing is wrong.
Right.
But I'm actively choosing my comfort over that. I'll admit, I'm a horrible fucking person. I should probably stop. I'm not gonna lie. I should probably stop drinking until after all this is over, so I don't have a reason to not wear mine, right? So I'll admit what I'm doing is wrong.
It's kind of like Rogue from X-Men.
And it is not. Yeah, exactly.
She's not a danger to herself, but she wears her gloves to protect everyone else around her.
Yeah, exactly.
So everyone around us is Rogue from X-Men without the southern accent or the hot bod, and they're just touchy-feeling every goddamn person they run up into.
Exactly.
And it's like, but if you wear the gloves, or the mask in this case, that's fine. Touch as many people as you want. It doesn't matter. You're not going to hurt them. But if you don't have your gloves on, you're going to hug your brother-in-law, and he's going to do on the fucking ground.
Yeah. So I'll admit, I'm a horrible fucking person.
That's not her brother-in-law. That's just her brother. Nightcrawler's her brother. I'm stupid.
But no, what I'm saying though is it's a simple matter of, it's like people have made this to be a matter of their rights when it's literally protecting someone else's life. Right. Imagine if a cop said, I'm not going to go respond to that call because it's my right not to.
Right. Or a firefighter. Let the building burn. We don't need no water.
It's my right to make that decision. You're literally doing something that you can prevent. Right. That you are literally, in the event of that, trained. In the event of this, not even needed to be trained.
Only you can prevent forest fires by not having baby showers.
So,
gender reveal parties.
There we go. But literally,
fuck you, California.
Literally, you don't even need to be trained in this regard to save someone's life. And you made it a matter about your rights over their life. Right. Every time that I hear someone say, it's my right to not wear a mask, I just think, you should be shot.
You're a failed Rogue from X-Men.
Like, see, when I take off my mask, I'm not saying it's my right. I'm saying, it makes me uncomfortable. That's what I'm saying. Right. I'm saying I'm choosing my comfort over your life. I'm an asshole. Self-admitted.
Or
I own it.
To give a more recent example, because not everyone knows who Rogue from X-Men is, Elsa from Frozen. In the first movie, she wore gloves to keep her sister and everyone else safe, so she wouldn't freeze them to death.
Yeah.
Her gloves did nothing for her except give her a comfort. Like, I'm not going to accidentally icicle my sister in the face.
But what I'm simply saying is though,
don't icicle your sisters, people.
If an alien spacecraft comes from outer space, slow and steady. I genuinely believe that there will be people who will say, fake news, not real, it's my right to not believe you, we're not going to work with you. And I wish I could say for a fact that I believe that global leaders would be smart enough to not say that. I can't.
Right.
I legitimately cannot believe that. I cannot believe Kim Jong-un saying,
holy shit!
Let's work together. I can't see him doing that. I can't see Winnie the Pooh being like.
Only way I can see that is if they start firing off warning shots, and it's like each shot is like half, like an entire country wiped off the map in a second. Oh shit! They got nuke power. We need to actually take this seriously.
Like I genuinely believe we'll have, a handful of countries that'll be like I see Russia being like. hey, that's even a threat to us.
Right?
I see.
They're over by Jupiter and they're nuking us. We can't fire back at that. We need to fix something.
I see South Korea saying, hey guys, problem. I see America saying, or at least I see American leaders saying, fuck.
I can see American people saying, I'll just take my gun and shoot them little aliens, ain't no problem.
Yeah, I definitively believe that Americans are dumb enough to just be like, I'm dumb enough to just be like, if I see aliens shooting from Jupiter, I'd be like,
I can't do the goddamn thing about that.
That's someone else's problem. I said the same shit about I said the same shit about the election. I said, someone else's problem. I said, my vote doesn't matter. My vote wouldn't have mattered.
My vote, I'd still cast my vote only because my vote gives me the right to complain about my vote not mattering.
See, I'm just apolitical. At the end of this, at the end of all this election shit, end of January, you won't hear shit from me about politics. Like, you'll hear me cracking jokes at Nancy Pelosi because she'll put off the fucking... Because I guarantee you, until I'm like... I guarantee you, the next year and a half, I'm just going to be taking shots at Nancy Pelosi. Just because, like, fuck Nancy Pelosi.
That's rude.
Fuck Nancy Pelosi.
That's rude.
That's my literal only actual political opinion at the moment is fuck Nancy Pelosi. She literally said, we're not going to help the American people because we're going to pass a bigger stimulus bill because we're going to not only take the White House but the Senate. So she said, we're not helping the American people for another 5 months because we're going to take the country as Republicans or Democrats. Yeah. So and then she didn't take the Democrats didn't win all 3 offices. So I genuinely just fuck Nancy Pelosi at this point because of the fact that she had the ability to help the American people, and she said, "Nah, we'll do it once we." It's the same as like the fucking Republicans, the Senate Republicans. They had the ability to help the American people.
Morgan Freeman, he should run for president.
No.
Why not?
No.
You don't want God running for president?
No.
Why not?
No.
He's been president before.
No.
Yes, he has.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That was Obama.
No.
Get your black people straight.
No, he's been president in movies before.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
I was like, that was Obama.
No.
What the hell?
Obama was only half black. He was Hawaiian.
Oh yeah, he was also adopted by white people.
And he has a Muslim middle name.
I love the guy.
Yeah, he's alright.
I didn't actually know what he did as president. I was in high school.
Most of what he tried to do for president was shut down because of the Senate. Oh wait, just like Biden's gonna be.
I hate people.
Even if we get a president with good ideas, if the Senate is against him, it doesn't fucking matter.
That's the worst part about it, because like the Senate can veto the president, but the president can't veto the Senate.
No,
and that's the shitty part. It's like
that's why the Queen's like, no, you sit the shit down.
The president can be like. He can not sign something into law, but if he goes to pass something, and the Senate doesn't want to pass it, it just won't pass.
Right.
Like if the Senate wants to pass something, the president can say no, and then the Senate can do a 2/3 majority vote
and just
to pass it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, but there's no check for the president, and that's horrible.
Yeah.
It's like I get like there are certain things like for one person should not be making a definitive decision on anything.
No.
That's stupid. I definitely think that have we given Trump the ability to make a definitive decision on something?
Oh hell.
I feel as though, for one, he would still be our president, or dictator, more accurately.
I would have probably dug a hole into Canada and become Canadian.
I definitively believe that in the event that but I also feel as though there should be some balance to where the president can have that. Yeah, well, we're gonna let someone else decide this because you're being a bitch.
Right.
Like, for example, if Biden wanted to increase the minimum wage to $10 an hour, $10 an hour minimum wage, a lot more doable than $15 an hour. Right. Right.
Not McDonald's. Well, fucking Walmart's been doing $15 an hour minimum wage for years now.
I think it's been 2 years now. Yeah.
So, and Walmart's like, we're still making money hand over fucking fist. We don't give a shit.
I definitely feel as though $10 an hour is a more realistic minimum wage.
However,
I definitely feel like they should.
Walmart's also a global company, though. Yeah. So for like small businesses, like
I don't think it's global. I think it's international. But yeah, global would mean like global wide. Like
it's not.
I don't believe it's everywhere. I believe it's like in like
I thought they were global.
I think it's only like 20 countries.
Really? Huh. Anyway.
Oh, go over.
Either way, they're around. They're Mr. Worldwide, like fucking Pitbull.
They are a at least international level company. Mm-hmm. So I do see how they're able to.
They could probably raise it to $20 an hour and not give a shit.
However, for example, I work in Northern Tool, right?
Yeah.
And
can you imagine $20 an hour? How many people would run to work for Walmart? Dear God.
I work in Northern Tool.
Yeah.
Our starting pay is like $9 an hour, I think, mm-hmm. right? Which great fucking wages, mm-hmm. considering McDonald's pays $7.50,
right.
Great fucking wages. But at the same time, $10 an hour minimum wage, mm-hmm. that's at least what my store manager mm-hmm. will start people out at.
Yeah.
He tries his best to keep people at that $10 an hour.
Right. That's fine.
Yeah. So and people are okay with that because that is $2.50 above. Yeah. The federal minimum wage.
Right.
So people are okay with that. And he's a great fucking guy. Mm-hmm. Like, he is a little too into politics, in my opinion, but he's a great fucking guy.
Right.
There was medical problems with some of my coworkers. He made sure he worked around that.
Right.
Like, he made sure he had the coverage for
he
that.
He does
they could take care of that.
Yeah.
He does what he can.
Right.
But he and I were talking, and I was like, if Biden increases the minimum wage by $15 an hour, uh-huh. how many people will we have left in the store? And he was like,
3.
I'm gonna have to get rid of a handful of people. And I was like, that's what I thought. And he was like, how'd you know that? And I was like, it's like
we're not. See,
I was like, if you can't afford to pay me, 15 some odd an hour,
right.
For overtime,
right.
for 1 hour,
There's
you
no
can't
way
afford to pay me 15 an hour.
Period.
Every single hour.
Right.
I was like, it's just like basic understanding of math.
I think minimum wage should be based on the company's total income for the year.
No, I think minimum wage should be a definitive. I don't believe in the idea of minimum wage. I believe like $10 minimum wage mm-hmm. is a good place to start. Mm-hmm. But I also believe that we should have UBI. I believe UBI should be something that should be taken into consideration.
Yeah.
UBI, Universal Basic Income.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm not retarded.
No, that's just for anybody that's listening.
Oh, right. Did you forget who you're talking to?
Basically, the concept of a guaranteed money source mm-hmm. Given to the individual every.
Isn't that what England does?
I believe so. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that. I don't know much about foreign countries, but what countries use UBI as a mm-hmm. yeah, but. UBI is basically a universal base income for every single person that lives in it. Mm-hmm. I believe that is I believe that, I'm not going to say necessary, but I believe that it would be a tremendous help to most people. I'm not saying free handouts. I believe it should only be given to working adults or people with disabilities. I don't believe that anybody who doesn't want to work should receive it. If you're just going to be a leech on society and just say, fuck you, I believe disabilities and mental disabilities, physical disabilities, or something that just prevents you from working altogether, whether that being, recovering from a drug addiction, something to give you the time to better your life in a manner of recovery. I believe UBI is definitely something necessary for that. I also believe that it is a good place to make sure that people are able to eat. People are able to go home and sleep at night and not have to worry as much. People are able to raise their children in a more profitable, in a more hospitable environment. Currently none.
However, Norway is the closest.
That's still, I'm just simply saying that having that safety net of, $1,000, $500 even, $1,500, unrealistically $2,000, having that safety net would be a tremendous help to the average American. For example, a single mother of 2.
Finland had a thing where unemployed people.
Oh yeah, they get 6 months, right?
No. Unemployed until they found a job.
Yeah.
Regardless of how long it took, as long as you're looking, you would get a minimum wage just so you can live. That way you can take care of yourself. That way when you do find a job, you're not fucked.
But what I'm simply saying is I believe that UBI would be a necessary evil to ensure the safety of those around you. I definitively want to say that is something that should happen. I mean, but that's more of a matter of not only the fact that I want to save money. That would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Getting paid when I get paid, and then paying all the bills and shit. It's not fun.
I also think that they need to not to shut down the government and restart it from the ground up, but also things like the IRS, which handles all the tax stuff, because I think taxes are crazy out of control.
I believe taxation is necessary, but I definitely believe that the poor shouldn't be as taxed as heavily as the rich. I feel like, what is what translates to like an eighth of a person's check and lower society is such a huge drastically difference than an eighth of because an eighth of a person's check in middle and lower class, that's taking 3 weeks of food away from them.
Right.
Like, yeah, I mean, like
it's kind of like the old parable in the Bible of the people at the well. There was an old lady who was poor who gave like a nickel to charity, and that nickel was like an entire month's income for her.
That was her everything.
Yeah. And then this one rich dude came in and gave the same nickel, and Jesus is like, no, fuck you, rich dude. He's like, but I gave the same as she did. No, you didn't. You gave the exact same amount of money, but you didn't get the same percentage.
No, because the rich can give the same percentage, but they have the ability to have so many tax breaks that they end up paying even less than the poor.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And that's the problem.
The tax breaks take away the percentage they gave because they know they're going to get percentage back.
Yeah, so I definitively think that the poor in this situation get fucked more than the average American thinks about. Like, they see tax rate, they see tax percentages, and they're like, oh, that's a lot of money. But like, okay, I'm going to use mine as an example. I had $180 taken out of my check on taxes this last check, right? I actually think that's around the right period. It's 100. It's like $160 to $200, somewhere in that range.
Right.
Taken out $160 pays for 3 weeks of my meals while I'm working on my working days. That's 3 weeks of my meals, if not more. Because like, I mean, I go to Del Taco. No, it's because I mean, like, it's like I want to say it's around $6 a day. 5 times 30. That's 5. That's like that's 5 to 10. Days. That's 5 to 10 weeks. Yeah. Taken out of my taxes of what I could have put towards food.
Right. So you stop eating my fucking chicken sandwiches. Asshole.
That was mostly just because I didn't want to go anywhere. That was more like I could go get.
Also, stop putting chicken patties on the fucking George Foreman.
Why you gotta bring that up here, man?
Because I want it to be brought up here, you asshole.
but that's like out of my check. That's a huge amount of money. Right. Like that is but you take the same percentage out of let's just say someone who makes $100,000.
Yes.
You take 1/8 of their money. Yeah. That is a considerable amount of money.
Yes.
But at the same time,
to them it's not.
That's like, especially when they have the ability to have so many deductibles. Right. That it doesn't change. Right. They can end up losing the same amount of money as I do. Yeah. Out their taxes. Yeah. And for them, that's like, I kept more money. Or for me, that's like, shit, how am I going to get, like...
How am I going to eat?
Yeah. Right. It's like, all my bills are paid, but at the same time...
I'm eating my roommate's food.
Yeah.
And cooking incorrectly.
Shut up. Drop that. Drop it.
Never drop it. Mr. Burnt Popcorn, uncooked pieces.
To be fair, the popcorn sitting on the microwave doesn't work.
Yes, it does. I use it all the time.
Really?
Yes.
How do you get it to start?
I hit popcorn.
Does it automatically start?
Yes.
I sat there staring at it for the longest time, wondering why it wouldn't start.
It starts for me. Maybe have you hit start afterwards?
Wait, you actually have to start?
You can't. I mean, if it doesn't do it the first time, John. When you push popcorn and the number comes up but doesn't start, push the start button.
I saw Devin hit the button and then it started, and so I've always just assumed that he never bothered. He didn't hit any other buttons because I just saw him hit popcorn and walk away from it. Yeah. I didn't see him hit start, so I just figured it would auto start. Does it auto start?
I mean, it's supposed to.
It's never auto started for me.
Maybe you just don't like you.
Probably. I need a new microwave.
Yes, we need a new microwave. Probably a bigger one.
That one's broken.
Yes.
Sometimes it pops.
It bounces.
It scares me.
I was doing soup the other day, and the whole microwave bounced and spilled the soup inside the microwave. Like, oh, that's nice. Thank you.
All right, well, that's our political episode. Because, honestly, I think I'm going over to Lowe's now to get a new microwave. No cap.
That's how politics works. You end up with a new microwave.
Yep. Honestly, so let's.
That's why I wanted Oprah to run for president, because we look under our chairs on election day. We'd all have new cars.
See, I don't want to say the world is fucked. I don't want to say.
I do. It is.
I don't want to say that everything's not going to be okay.
Everything is awful. But we're all gonna fucking die. Everything is awful.
All right, hold on. Let me try to close this out on a more positive note. We saw this election. Votes do matter. Yes. We saw this election. Biden won just barely. Like when it came to the majority popular vote, Biden just barely won. We saw this election the closest presidential race we have probably ever had. Your vote does matter. You can
actually no. There was a presidential election where one person won by a single vote. I can't remember which one it was though. I think it was 17 something.
But still, this is one of the closest presidential elections we've had.
Yes,
and it is the closest in modern history.
I think it was Harrison. I think he won by some. I'll look it up.
But we won by the closest. This is the closest presidential election that in modern history. Your vote does matter. The next 4 years will be good. They will be bad. No one knows. But afterwards, your vote does matter. Do vote. Do what you need to do to ensure that you can build the better future for your country, for yourself, and for your family. You do have the ability to do it. I will not do it.
Oh, no, it's Thomas Jefferson.
I was like, because there's no way that was within, like, that had to be within the first 5, right? Jefferson was, like, number 5, right?
Thomas, in 1800, Thomas Jefferson was elected president by 1 vote.
Because that wasn't in the first 5. I guarantee you that was in the first 5. I know Washington.
He was 4 or 5.
Washington was just unanimous. Like, he just, like, won.
He was the first one. There was like, yeah, you're in charge.
Yeah. But
you just made this country. Guess who's in charge? You are.
But let me tell you right now, definitively speaking, your vote does matter. You can change the future. If this world is not what you want it to be, you can vote to change it. You can put forth the effort to change it. You can. I'm not going to say you can be the next president, because odds are against you, my friend. But God darn it, do it! I don't care.
Oh, yeah, so Thomas Jefferson was elected president by 1 vote in the House of Representatives after a tie in Electoral College. Andrew Jackson won presidential popular vote, but lost by 1 vote in the House of Representatives to John Quincy Adams after Electoral College deadlock. So 1 vote has changed presidents twice.
Your vote does matter, clearly.
Yeah. 2 times, nigga. 2 times.
Do go out there and vote to change the world for the better future that you want.
And even if you think your vote doesn't count, you voting gives you a little sticker that says you have the right to complain until your vote does count.
Yeah, but also please take off that sticker after the voting day, because I swear to God, I hate people who wear the sticker 3 days after election day.
Well, they probably put on like a piece of clothing, like their mask or a hat or some shit, and they just forget to take it off.
No, this dude, his sticker fell off like 3 days, like literally today. His sticker fell off his hat while he was standing in line. Dude picks it back up, puts it back on his hat, acts like nothing fucking happened.
Okay, no, that's just stupid.
I was like, who are you trying to impress? Right. I was like, do you think this is the impress? I could have gone out and voted too. Right. It's not impressive to vote. Nobody cares.
Well, I mean, I could care.
I mean, nobody cares if someone votes. People just see it as something that somebody does.
Right.
If
you're not gonna get any clout from it.
If you walk up to some girl and be like, I voted today, she ain't gonna give a shit. You walk into a job interview, I voted today. Dude, nobody cares. Sit down and tell us about you people who recommended you to this job. All right?
They voted for me.
So I'm simply saying, your vote does matter. Go out and vote. Change the future for the better.
You literally just gave 2 examples of your vote not counting. Shut up, John.
No, nobody cares about the fact you voted. Outside of the votes, nobody gives a shit about the fact you voted. You go into up to someone and be like, I voted. Shut the fuck up. Ooh. So did 10 million other people.
You know what they should do? I know that we can't do this because we're afraid of Russian hackers or anything, but there should be like an app where you can vote.
Yeah, honestly, there really should be.
Especially for things like this pandemic that was going on. This time everyone was like, oh, don't go out and vote, you'll get corona. Of course, to be fair, we had 2 days in a row where we had record coronaviruses right after election day.
The thing is, the only issue with it, I definitely think that for one, it should be Social Security based. But there's no way to protectively do that.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's only so many ways you can mix numbers up before, you know, you hit someone's actual Social Security.
Right.
I would say do it via IPS tracker. But that wouldn't do anything.
No.
I mean,
it could be a combination of things. You have to have the same IP address, the same birthday, the same email, the same Social Security. You know, because if you miss up one thing, no. If you have to get every single thing right, and to get every single thing right for even one person would be
honestly do it through the IRS website.
Yeah.
There's so many safeguards in the IRS website. Like literally, they had to mail to my address from UPS all the information for me to go in and log into the account that I set up. Then they had to call me and verify my identification. I believe I had to text a picture.
Blood sample.
What? Real shit. There's so many safeguards built into the IRS website.
Yeah.
I was like... Am I like...
Do you need a vial of my blood and a sample of my stool too?
Should I jerk off into a cup now? like I was like...
Do you need some hair and some semen samples?
I was like, I don't really know of another way to verify my identification without showing up in person. I was just like...
Then do a DNA scan of you, fingerprint analysis.
I don't have a copy of my high school diploma, so I don't...
They do a cotton swab in your mouth. It's like, god damn, you took every fucking sample from me.
All right, so we verified your DNA. Now verify your personality. I don't even know what my personality is. I like card games. I don't know.
Nigga, that shit changes on a daily. Nigga, the fuck you mean?
Essentially, what we're trying to say is, at the end of the day, your vote can and will matter. Nobody gives a shit about the fact you voted, but your vote can and will matter.
I guarantee more people would vote if there were like vote sluts out there. Like, oh, you voted? That gets me so wet.
Oh my god, you voted for
my basement is flooded because you voted.
Just like cam girls.
Yeah.
This one's like voted for Biden. This one's like voted for Trump. Just like, oh my god, tell me more about how you want to raise taxes on the rich.
Like, if there was like a little number on your vote sticker that you could then like show to like a cam girl to get like a free titty coupon. You get how many people will be out there voting as a motherfucker?
Man, I'm just saying. I am just saying. If Ariana Grande says free titty pics for anybody that votes for Biden, I don't give a shit. I'm apolitical. I want those titty pics. I'm out.
This motherfucker would have gone to different polls and disguises and shit.
I would have gone as him. I would have gone and voted as him.
This black guy.
This motherfucker wouldn't have had to go vote. I would have done the vote for him. I would have been like, bitch, I'm out. Bye.
I'm voting for all the felons I know out there.
Like, man.
Their votes will count.
I'm
friends with a whole bunch of felons. I'm voting for all of these niggas. I got a list.
I had an aunt pass away. I just happened
a dead guy got elected. A dead person can vote. I'm just saying. I'm voting for my mama. She up in heaven right now, but her vote counts.
So like real shit though. Real shit. Ariana Grande says free tip pics to everybody who texts me a picture of the ballot.
Shit.
I got 20 different accounts, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I will tweet. I
90s Britney.
No, you know what? Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Have you seen her?
Yeah.
She's still hot.
Right.
So I saw her in the Machine Gun Kelly video. I was like, bruh.
Probably better acting than Transformers.
Probably actually, yeah, it was actually pretty good acting. Like I was like either that or she really just wanted his dick. I mean, and then again, I want MGK's dick.
No, I'm an Eminem fan.
MGK's hot. Even Eminem. That's nostalgia glasses.
I mean, that's why I said 90s Britney. I mean, her walking around in that red leather fucking bodysuit.
Dude, she's still hot one way or the other.
I'm sure. Oh, in the schoolgirl outfit. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, damn, they're busting up thinking about that shit. God damn.
But we're going to wrap this up so we can go think about 90s Britney real quick. That being said, though, guys, this has been JadeJonny.
And Mr. Cola.
And we'll see you next time on the Tangent Podcast.
Another 8 months.
Bye!
TTFN. Ta-ta for now.